shooting stars over this old park. Burnt marshmallow on a crooked stick. You drop a comment, I'll read it quick. Switchback, sweat and summit haze. Drone shots catching all those rays. Feels like we're together, y'all, out here on Woodall Trails. Like and subscribe to Woodall Trails. Hit that bell so you don't miss the tales. From a mountaintop view to the late night flames, we're chasing that wild by calling your name. So like and subscribe to Woodall Trails.
Happy Thursday, adventurers. Quick mic check. Can everybody hear me? Sounds good, guys. Like I said, happy Thursday. Thank you all for joining us for our second episode this week. Yeah, I guess y'all are lucky. Get to see me twice. Get to see this pretty face. Anyways, guys, this show's not about me. It's about you all and about the Tramley. And tonight we have got another Tramley member. I'd like to call him a brother because we both, experienced a lot of similar things. He is an adventurer like me. He is a hiker like me, loves the outdoors, fellow veteran, and you know what? Pretty awesome dude. We're going to get him on here, let him introduce himself, and then we're going to get into things. Let him talk about what he does. Okay, man, if you want to just go ahead and tell them who you are, kind of what you do, and like where they can find you at and stuff like that, man.
Yeah, man. So I guess just a basic shout out for myself, I guess, if you will. I'm here for it. My name is Josh Acey. I'm the founder and director of a program called Pack to Purpose. It's a veteran mental health based, focused on transitioning veterans after treatment into the outdoors. A transition period of, what most people would do in a facility. We're doing outdoors on the trail with fellow veterans and other people that are wild like us that don't like to sit still in buildings. So I started a program with a nonprofit group called Fifth Squad. You can find us at fifthsquad.org. I've got a Pack to Purpose page on Facebook. I'm not tech savvy enough yet to figure out how to do all the cross-platform. And as you and I were talking earlier, it's a lot. Just having enough to do all that stuff with all the wild things going on around me. But that's me in a nutshell. Florida Trail through hiker on 24. Was number 444. Completion number was kind of wild. But basically the trail saved my life. And while I was out there, I realized that I need to share this with other veterans and, express to them how much just walking, man, just putting the backpack on and getting out in the wild will change your life. And you reached out to me, man. I really appreciate this opportunity for your platform. Thank you. And we can put some links down there in the bottom, how to find Fifth Squad, how to support, how to be a part of it, follow us on all the things. We can do that there, there in your comments. But thank you. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Well, thank you for joining me for this. And you went in really good detail there about everything and covered quite a bit. But let me just turn my page here. So you talked a little bit about, Fifth Squad. You talked a little bit about Pack to Purpose. I want to know more about the backstory of it. What helped you decide, to start Pack to Purpose?
Oh man. Okay, that gets down in the weeds. How much time you got?
Man, we can. I mean, we can go as long as these people want to stay in here. Sometimes
Okay.
we go over quite a bit. So
Okay, hey, if I ramble, man, tell me to pause. If you got questions, just I get to talk and I'll go because I'm very passionate about it. I never set out to plan to start a nonprofit. I never set out a plan to hike the Florida Trail and do a through hike. That wasn't my plan. That's kind of why I got to where I was because I didn't understand what my plan was. I didn't understand what my purpose was. I'm a veteran, former military police officer, combat veteran, 2 tours in Iraq, and man, I've got 4 kids and 2 ex-wives. I'm not proud of that. There's a lot of veterans. I've come to realize that, man, that's such a common
yes,
in our world, man. And I got to the point after that second divorce, man. I realized, excuse my language, but I ended up alone in a house by myself for the first time ever in a long time ever, really in my life. I always, was around people, whether it be the military and the oil field and construction. I was married twice, been divorced twice, was always had somebody around there with me. And then I ended up alone, dude, in this house by myself with all this shit going on. And I had a, high stress job, demanding job. You got to go. Shit caught up with me quick, dude. Real quick, and I didn't know how to slow it down. I didn't know how to gather it up, and I started having real bad panic attacks and just everything. I just didn't know how to manage all this stuff, and my life was falling apart. And almost committed suicide, man. Shit got bad, like really, really bad. My worst day. And I called my mom on that day and said, "Hey, I gotta go get some help, like today, like right now. Like we ain't playing. Like this is 911 for real. Like I don't know. I can't call nobody else. My mom's my OG." And that's another part of how this story with Aaron and Pack to Purpose got started was through a mom. Moms are gangsters, dude. They do everything they can for their kids. But anyway, I'll take long story short. I ended up getting some help, man. That day, ended up getting to a treatment facility. Took a chance on myself. That was one of the hardest things I've ever done as a dad with 4 kids. How do you step away and go get help, dude? How? You know what I mean? Like, how do you go? It's going to be 30, 60 to 90 days. Ain't nobody got time for that, dude. Like that lady with bronchitis, you don't have time for that. How do you step away? And at this moment, I didn't, that was not a how. That was like, hey, I got to. I got to. I didn't have a choice, man, because I knew there wasn't much coming after that, after getting to that point. And so did 2 months down in Miami in a treatment facility, smaller facility down there. I had to dive in, dude. That was kind of a while. There's another hole. That's a whole nother rabbit hole. Veteran resources, mental health stuff, dude. That's a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. But finished that treatment. They wanted me to, was there for 2 months, man. I really dove in, got in some deep trauma stuff. Learned so much about myself, about my anxiety and the depression state, and the PTSD things, the triggers, the weird stuff, the mindset. It's a lot of it's a mindset thing that's so hard to shake, and still is. I still struggle with that shit. But so did that. Well, they wanted me to go to a transition housing after that, like another 30 days. And dude, I was not having it, man. Like I'd been out there for 2 months, you know what I mean, in this house, like this nice house. The house was really nice. I think there might have been like some dude in the Medellin cartel or something that lived there before, and they turned it into a treatment facility for veterans. It was a gangster house, and it was super nice. But man, like I had a hard time being there. Like I had a hard time like just having to stay there. I'd slip out at night and go run. I figured out when the nurses would sleep, everybody was kind of cool because they knew I had to keep it moving, and finished up, man. Like I said, but the thing that I knew, I wasn't ready to go home. That was the wild shit. I never felt better. Got all that treatment, got all that help and understanding, never felt better, but I knew I didn't want to go home, man. There was a lot of people looking at you, with 4 kids into it, while they have these expectations that everything's good, so but I didn't want to go sit at that transition house. And so I told him, I said, hey, man, I did the math on it. It's about 910 miles from Miami to Mississippi if you go by the highway. And so they went. So I told them I'm going to walk home. They were like, man, we can't let you do that. That's crazy. nobody's ever, are you serious? And I said, yeah, dude, I've been reading some books about the monks and watching some stuff on YouTube, the great philosophers teaching classes while they're walking, mind and body shit, the trail, what we're here to talk about. And let me know if I need to slow down, man, because this story goes, dude. It goes. So if you
Not at all, man. This is awesome, man. I'm loving it.
This is, by the way, this is my first podcast, man. This is the first time me sharing my story out there to the wild folks. So I appreciate this chance. So anyway, long story. So we're there. You know, I tell them I'm ready to go. It is coming up January 1st of 24. You know, that was like 68 days. You know what I mean? They normally pushing 60 and then get you, you know, to another phase. And so I told him, I said, I'm ready to go. I'm gonna step off on a new year, new me, all that shit. You know, all the good things. You know, and so my sister came and picked me up in Orlando with my nephew Logan, who's actually in the Navy. He just joined up in the Navy. He's wild. But they picked me up in Miami, and I went to REI down there in Miami. They wouldn't let me plan anything. They wouldn't let me order anything. And this is where we get into your world, the gear world. So I go to REI. I call a close friend of mine, man, who is, man, my number one supporter still to this day of Pack to Purpose. I called Lee, my buddy Lee, when I got out of there. Shout out to Lee Crumlampton, dude. One of the best souls, human beings that I know. And this dude has made some things possible and doing something bigger than me, helping save veterans' lives. Thank you, Lee. That dude believed in me. And I told him, you know, hey, man, I did 2 months. I got to do something different. I'm going to walk. And he's like, man, whatever you need, let me know. I got you. I'll help you get home. I want to see you through this. I know you, dude. You're wild. I got you. And so, man, we bought some gear at REI. Dude, I already had my pack. I had a 65-liter Osprey that I went down there and shoved all my shit in, you know, all my stuff. The only thing, you know, the treatment facility duffel bag shuffle, you know, just crammed all kinds of stuff in it. And I go to REI, bro, and I just start, you know, I had done some research on YouTube about hiking, but I didn't get into the ultralight stuff. I got, you know, the Army, you got the Army mentality. If it's got a pocket,
Yes.
something in it, you know, you might need that, you know. Dude, I had a chair. You saw that picture. I showed you that picture, dude. I looked like the Clampets, bro, going hiking. I had every shit hanging.
I'm going to tell you, my first ever trip, like I said, my trips looked exactly the same way as that. And like you said, being a veteran, like you think you got to bring everything because who knows what's going to happen. You got to, yep. You said it right there.
Dude, I had so much stuff, man. And my nephew was with me. And so I was like responsible for this other human. I'm barely good at taking care of myself, but my sister trusted me. And dude, so we set out. I had this, man, it was so much. This was way too much. So we start walking on Highway 41, the Tamiami Trail. I was just going to go that 100 miles gap from Miami to Naples, you know, coast to coast. I was going to hit that West Coast. I was like, dude, you can't get lost. You know, I'm going to walk until I get, you know, to Mississippi. And, man, about 3 days in, we're doing just road walking down the road. It's dangerous, so sketchy. It was bugs, alligators, the crazy people in cars. But we made about 70 miles, and this lady stopped. Unbeknownst to me, this was my first experience of a trail angel. This lady pulls up in this Sprinter van, dude. My nephew's beat down. He was like, his trail name ended up being Timu because he had like Timu backpacking gear with like fishing poles.
Hey. I like the Timu, man. Don't hate on the Timu.
Yeah, I got some good stuff. But he wasn't ready either. You know what I mean? Like neither one of us. Like we were just out there just chucking a truck, you know, getting down through there. His feet were beat up. He had a wrestling match coming up. It was his senior year. You know, we're in January, so he's out for Christmas. And this lady, she sees it where, you know, she can see it in our faces, dude. I'm dying. That pack was like 60 pounds, dude. It was stupid. I mean, I had like changes of clothes, like civilian clothes and shit. It was retarded. I can't say that. I'm sorry. It was not good. And so this lady stops.
Not well thought out.
Yeah, it wasn't well thought out at all. But this lady stops and she's like, "Hey, are y'all going to the Florida Trail kickoff party?" And I was like, "The what?" I said, "Oh, I'm going to Mississippi, ma'am." I said, and gave her a little spiel. I was like, no, I don't even know what that is. I didn't, dude. I didn't know what that was. I've done a lot of wandering, in Arkansas, right? I've done some wandering, wildlife, love hiking, ripping, getting wild, but dude, I never imagined doing a through hike. Always wanted to do the Appalachian Trail, but never imagined, it's hard to do that once, you get where we end up with all the kids and things.
Yep.
So I'm like, yeah, so I'll take this ride. Oh boy, did my life ever change when I got in that Trail Angel Sprinter van. I got sucked in what they call the vortex, dude. I don't know if you know much about that vortex.
Mm-hmm.
That's the real thing in that trail life, dude. The trail life's weird and wild, like all of us. So we pull up to this place, Skunk Ape. It was Skunk Ape down in the Everglades, and man, did you talk about that dude like filling out a place? Walking up to I see all these nice ultralight tents, all the Z-packs. I didn't know what they were. I was like, that's the nicest Coleman I've ever seen, Dude, it was like a little village of all these tents, and it's me and my nephew. We get out, and I've got this huge bag, like, poof, and this dude walks up to me and, excuse my language, but he's like, dude, where the fuck are you going? And I was like, what? I was like, is it that bad? Like, he's like, man, he's like, I'm just curious, dude. That's a lot. I don't that's a lot of stuff. I was like, hang out there for a while. My sister comes and picks my nephew up, and I slowly ease in, while I'm hanging out with these folks, like start easing into this hiking community. Like, it was, kind of weird. I didn't know shit about this. And man, I start talking to these folks, and the guy's like, man, why don't you just come with us? And we're going that way. This guy was a veteran as well. He's like, man, we've all been here. Everybody on this trail understands why you're here. And I didn't understand why I was there. I thought I did. I learned real quick what the trail provides. And that was the most clarity, the first opportunity that I could ever hear the grass talk. You know what I mean? Like I could hear things other than my thoughts and my depressions and my anxieties and all the things that just overwhelm us. And you don't know how to pause long enough to sit still and understand that, like, dude, it's a lot easier than you think once you learn to manage these things. I got that chance without the pressure on my neck. So that's what hiking was for me. And I ended up on the Florida Trail the next day, dude. 1,210 miles later, 2 months, end up in Pensacola. And it goes from there. That saved my life. And in that time, it gets this where we get into Pack to Purpose, is while I was out there with Longshot, who's with Witch Doctor right now. Longshot, you rascal, dude. Thank you, man. We couldn't do this without you, but don't get sidetracked. I come home, finish that, get back into the real world. And it's actually a year ago today, man. Not today, but this month in June, that Aaron and I first had a phone call of his crisis moment. And how that got started goes back to a mom, Miss Sarah. She found my story through another mom's page, Miss Susan Cleland with Mission Vigilant 22. Who was also a supporter of my mom when I was going through all that crisis. But all these moms, dude, like taking care of these folks, was so powerful. But she reached out to me. She reached out to me through Facebook, and she explained to me who she was. She's a mother that's already lost one veteran son, Air Force Max, to suicide. She's already lost one. Man, that's enough. And she was afraid she was going to lose another one. Erin, Witch Doctor. She was struggling with Erin since 2017, going through all the same things, struggling with relationships, family, all of that stuff. And he loves to hike, and y'all's story's so similar. Can you help? And man, I was here for it, still here for it to this day, man. That was a moment that I never imagined getting that call and didn't know what to do, but I remembered that when I was in that situation, and so a year ago this month, that's when Aaron and I finally made contact. Was on his worst day, his crisis moment. And we didn't know what to do. I was just talking to this dude. Hey man, I'm here. Hey bro, I'm here. Here. What do you need? What can we do? What can we do? Took us a minute, it took us a little while, dude. It actually took us 3 weeks and over 60 hours of phone calls for Aaron advocating for himself to get into a treatment facility, a private treatment facility. He had tried the VA. He had done the VA a couple of times, some inpatient stuff with them, been through that. It didn't work, or not saying it didn't work, but he still struggled. So we ended up getting him another facility. But all out throughout that, he's like, man, I want to hike. I want to hike for, I want to hike for myself. I want to hike for my brother. I want that to like do similar to what you did. And I was like, hey man, I'm here for it. But we got to get you here first. And so he did that hard work, man. He did 90+ days of treatment. And all while we're all on the phone the whole time, supporting here, me and his mom communicating. It was hard, man. There were days I was at the soccer field, my kids' game, phone call rings, you got to answer. Hey, man, what's up? What are we doing? What we got? Who do we need to call? That was tough, dude, gathering those resources. That's another big thing that I'm working on with veterans is trying to gather resources and make that phone call a lot easier. So he went through that, got some support, got some sponsors with shit behind it. Like I said, my main man, Lee Crum, he helped kick this one off as well and help sponsor the gear. And we've had a lot more people come along. John's Mission, there's just countless people. I feel so bad. It's just so much support, overwhelming with support. But I ended up coming up with the idea while I was hiking the Pack to Purpose, and it's kind of come together. Something that I got with Fifth Squad, and they were like, hey man, we don't want this to fall apart. We want to support you. Don't get lost in the weeds of starting a nonprofit. Just come under our, start as a program, and we'll help kick that going. And so I've been able to do that with ease to not have to go down that rabbit hole. I don't like messing with all those ABC agencies with, all that. You got to have these numbers and 5013s and CBDs. I ain't worried about all that. So I'm able to put my passion into my program with the support of them to keep it going. We're here. Aaron, I've got my first veteran. Actually, 2 veterans out there on the trail right now on the AT, man. Through all that support, after him getting that treatment, he's hiking. They're over 1,000 miles. They made it to Harper's Ferry today. You know where that's at, So that's the raw and skinny of how how we got here in the program that we're speaking on. Pack to Purpose is trying to bring awareness that not all therapy is the same, and the support's out there. The support's here in more ways than people realize. I'm working on trying to gather those resources and how to put more veterans on the trail. There's a lot of organizations out there doing similar things, but I'm really wanting to be behind that, that everything in that pack has a purpose. You don't need much. We didn't send him with much. We just sent him with good gear.
Yes.
But we didn't send him with a lot, and he's adapted. He's been able to adapt on the fly. We've gone through a couple of tents. These dudes 6'7". They're both 6. Yeah. I sent him an email right out of the gate. We got him an email, and he's like, bro, it doesn't fit. I need a different one.
Sounds like Mr. Jeremiah Stringer problems right there.
Yeah, I already
tall guy problems.
Yeah. So that's where we're at, man. Any questions you got, man? I'm here. Let's go.
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, you seen it down there. You miss, I think it was Laura there that you had her in tears, and I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, you had me shaking up there a little bit because the whole story here, like, do we ever get over it? We never do. I mean, it's always there. It's always creeping up on us. And one of the hardest things that I learned, that I had to learn, I mean, I had that low point. I'm not gonna lie. Feuding, fighting with family, my wife, all of us, and I tried to take the easy way out and ended up in the hospital for a week and learned a lot within that week, and then went through therapy for a year, did the whole, and then medications and all that. And the biggest thing I had to learn was just to talk. I mean, that's the biggest issue we have. I mean, you think we wouldn't as veterans, but because we're taught communication is key, but we're also taught to, keep that stuff in. I mean, that ain't for the outside.
Yeah, you just keep it moving, man. Keep it moving. Adapt and overcome.
Yep.
Yeah. You're not supposed to feel that. Don't feel that stuff. Stuff that down.
Yep.
Just first keep rolling. Yeah, that is a valuable thing on the trail. That is a valuable lesson on the trail. Stuff that pain down and keep moving because you got to keep going, dude, to finish. And that's what Aaron told me today, man. They hit 1,000 miles. They're over 1,000 miles today. Shout out to Witch Doctor and Long Shot, man. Make it to Harper's Ferry. But he told me, he said, man, I said, I'm a changed man 1,000 miles later. And dude, that speaks so much volume, man, because we don't know nobody knows what day you're on. When you're out there that long, dude, it's hard to keep track of that day. But we do know what that mile looks like, man. And that's painful out there on that AT. And he says the hardest thing he's ever done, the hardest thing, an Air Force combat medic that's seen over 300 plus evacs out of Afghanistan, hardest thing he's ever done is that Appalachian Trail. It's the best thing he's ever done. It's changed him. He said, and these are words from him today. He said his depression feels so much lighter. He's learned how to not, let's say, excuse my language, but he's learned how to not give a fuck in a good way, to realize the things that we overwhelm us and let control us. Like, he's learned how to let that go once he learned what it was, and that's our why.
Yes.
Don't know our why. I know that's one of those that's one of those that's a big thing, our why. Why are we here? What's our purpose? Long Shot, he's out there with him. That dude, I did over 3/4 of the trail with that dude on the Florida Trail. That dude is a machine. He doesn't drink water. He doesn't eat. He just hikes. He goes, but he's guiding Aaron, and it's giving him a purpose. He guided me on the Florida Trail, and when he got this phone call, hey, I got a guy that's ready to go, dude. He only planned to do he was only planning on going to, I think, Franklin with him, and get him started, and hey, I'll help you. Aaron's never done it through hot. Yeah, and so he calls me 5 days in and says, man, this is where I need to be. Thank you for this opportunity. This has given me a purpose, helping another veteran. This dude, Longshot's got over 12,000 trail miles, dude. We didn't send him out there with no geek on the street. You know what I mean? That dude's a gangster when it comes to the trail, man. And he is helping this happen. He's our trail guru for Pack to Purpose. So I got two veterans out there, man, guiding each other. But the most powerful thing that we're doing is putting our voice out there, because our voice is so much more powerful when we speak, and we let each other know that, hey, dude, you're normal. Your trauma doesn't supersede my trauma because you saw this or you saw that. It doesn't matter where you were at. We still all have that mindset, that military mindset that a lot of people don't know how to shake.
Yep.
And it hits everybody differently, but so does that trail. It hits everybody differently, but it'll change you.
Yes. I have to totally agree, man. My family, I bring them with me now, and they get to enjoy this, embrace the suck, as we say. But yeah. I'd make it the most enjoyable as I can. But every time I'm out there, it's they're like, man, you're just a different person when you're out here. And I'm like, it's because I'm in my element, and I know what I have to do. I got to do this then. I got to do that then. And it's just simply surviving. Yes.
And that's until you go through that treatment like you've been through, and Aaron and myself and some other vets, you come to realize that that's what I've learned to realize is man, I still struggle with this survival mode. I stay stuck in this survival mode, go, 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 don't be late, don't be late, don't be late, don't be late. But that's what the trail is. You just get up, go, 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 and it has structure to it. That the trail life, especially when you're hiking, you're doing some miles, it has structure. You know what that structure is? It's get up, hike, go to sleep, hike. Same thing. You just one foot in front of the other every day. It's very simple. But us as veterans, man, when I got stuck in that little house alone by myself, and I didn't hear the footsteps, I didn't have the arguments. The arguments were terrible. I do not miss those, but the sounds and having those people there, it made all that other noise quiet. Whether it was good or bad sounds, it made all that other noise quiet. But man, when I got there alone, that was the hardest thing in my life. But there's times out there when you're on that trail alone, and dude, it's silent. There are no footsteps. There are no humans. And that's where I learned to sit still with myself on that trail, man, and to be at peace with myself for who I am and know I'm not a piece of shit, man. I love my children more than anything in this world. I don't live with regrets, man, because it wouldn't make me who I am today, and I wouldn't have the opportunity that I have to help other veterans, man, and put my story out there. I just, there was times that I lied about going and getting therapy. Yeah, I'm going to VA. I'm working on it. I'm getting some help. Nah, dude, I shunned that place, man. Like, that place gave me anxiety, like panic attacks. I felt like Carl off Sling Blade, dude, when I admitted myself in the psych ward one time. They had me up there in that grippy sock shuffle, dude, with a gown on, with my butt hanging out the back. I felt violated in that place, man. There wasn't no pictures on the wall. I really felt like that dude on Sling Blade, man. You know what I'm talking about, my homeboy Carl? Yeah, dude, I was just in that and dude, I knew I never wanted to go back there. And that's but that was when, like, the time when I was losing my family, man. I was like, I'm gonna go get help. I gotta go to the VA. They'll help veterans. And they do. The VA is great, man. I'm not shitting on the VA. The VA is great. But in that moment, dude, that psych ward up there ain't no place you don't want to be in there, dude. They start talking about the medicine. They sedate you, and they'll give you some meds. They'll hook you up on the medicines. We talked about that earlier, man. And I didn't want that route, dude. I didn't want to numb the pain. And so I'm gathering those resources. That's another thing about it, man, is trying to help veterans not get stuck in that psych ward, like not get stuck. There's other places, and there's some great places out there, man. You just got to do your homework on them. There's a lot, and so that's really what I want to focus on is after treatment, dude. Let's go hike. Let's get them on the trail. Get that time out there.
Heck yeah, man! I'm loving it. Oh, so you talked about you have your two veterans out there, the two, as we say, trail vets as well, because they've hiked way more than I've ever hiked. But have you? I know you just started Pack to Purpose. You probably haven't. You've hiked. You said you've hiked with Long Shot. Is that I'm correct right there?
Yeah, hike with Long Shot. I did over 3/4. I met Long Shot outside Okeechobee.
Okay.
On the Florida Trail, and it was wild, man. Me and my buddy Clean Shave, we were hiking, and dude, it was muddy. Like the first 300 miles, it is wet every day. Mosquitoes, like your feet were wet every single day for like the first 300 miles. But you could see everybody's footprints, getting down through there. And as I said earlier, Long Shot's 6'7". He and Aaron both are 6'7" and wear a size 16 wide shoe. So imagine what that stride looks like and that footprint looks like. Bigfoot's real in Florida, dog, is what I thought. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, Clean Shave, we're going to find him. I was like, man, look at this rascal. That dude, that's a foot, And but the other crazy thing about it was he's like, dude, look at the person that's hiking with him. That's got to be like the biggest person and the shortest person on trail. And it was our homegirl Roundabout, dude. And so we finally catch up with him. I wish I could show you some pictures. But Roundabout, man, I don't know. I'm 6'4", he's 6'7". She's probably, I don't want to do her like that, man. She's a little bitty person. She's a little bitty person hiking with Long Shot. And we end up ripping up the Florida Trail. Me and Roundabout, Long Shot, Clean Shave, Merlot, my homeboy Betty White. He's an Air Force vet as well. Man, I really had a solid trail family, dude. I realized how important that is. Merlot, she's a 60-something years old lady, retired from Pennsylvania. Her son's a veteran. So me and her hiking, talking, her son's going through struggles. Me and her still talk to this day, man, about our struggles and how we can help each other. And man, she's a beautiful woman. She's actually fixing to get back on the PCT. But yeah, so Long Shot, he's helping Aaron. I'll ramble, dude. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Get excited about it.
So is your plan to get more veterans out there on trail with veterans? Yeah,
man. That's my plan. My original plan that I started with, and I still want to do this. It's expensive, dude. The packs ain't cheap. Good gear, you got to have it. It's worth it. To go comfortably on long distance. You want, like, it's ultralight stuff's where it's at. It's just expensive. And I want to keep it that way. You know what I mean? Like, it's something to it. Like, bring what you want, but this is what I want to provide. But I want to get, 8, 10, 12, I don't care. Start with a few, but I want to get it to where we start doing some section hikes, because not everybody can do a through hike. I want to offer that for folks out of treatment to say, hey, this is your transitionary therapy, and then somebody like Longshot or, Witch Doctor or some other veterans that have done some of these through hikes. There's a lot of them out there that can be some trail gurus, some trail guides, get them started, keep going with them. We'll sponsor the pack, sponsor the gear, also be your support group while you're going throughout it, care packages, sending you money for resupplies, helping with those things. And as we grow, I know we'll grow a network on the trail, of hostels and people, trail angels that want to help. So I want to keep that going. I want to keep growing that based on that mental health stuff. But I would love to be able to have a bus full, a van full, a car trunk full of packs that have everything that we need to go do some 6, 5, 6. Everybody needs 5 days in the woods, man, to do you some good. Go do a 5-day little section hike of something, just in and out. You've been doing those. I heard you talk, you're doing some loops and all that stuff. You know what that's like. But I want to be able to provide that gear for those trips, because not everybody's going to go spend $2,500 to $2,000, $3,000 on gear to go hike for 5 days. And they're going to buy the wrong stuff. They're going to buy the, they're going to buy the heavy stuff, the cheap stuff, because it's only for a weekend. And they're going to be miserable. They're not going to be able to go far enough to process things and to enjoy it. And so I want to get the right gear, but everything has a purpose. There ain't much in it, but it's got a purpose. Just, bring what you want. If you can get it in there, you can take it with you. I promise you'll get rid of it. But that's my goal, just getting more people on the trail, for, at no cost to the veterans.
I'm gonna say there are tons of cottage gear companies out here that, I'm just going to tell you, we got one in here who has probably a really great relationship with Outdoor Vitals, and he's still in there, Mr. Stringer. Their podcast is sponsored by Outdoor Vitals, but he can. There's, like I said, there's tons of gear companies out there that once they hear this story,
oh, that'd be so cool, dude.
I'm just gonna say, man, that they will. That's just. Mental health is just something that we see a lot of in the backpacking world, and it's across the board, not just veterans, across the whole board, and we all understand it, and we all understand each other. Yeah, and
we're all just
that's what's great, man.
Trying to sort some stuff out, dude. That's it. Like that's the other thing too about the hiking community, man. Like that's another thing that I learned that was big for myself that opened me up so much more. I've been all over the world, done a lot of wild shit, man. But that was one of the wildest things I've ever done. But it opened up me to a different community and to understand that, hey, man, we all struggle with some stuff. We're all just beautiful humans in this wild, weird world trying to figure it out. But there's so many beautiful humans out there in that trail community that get it, man. They'll bring you in, dude. They'll bring you in. It's the best. It's the best community, man. I want to share it with all my veteran brothers. I want to grow this. I have
here you go.
My vision of Pack the Purpose, man, can continue.
You can make a list of the gear that you need and list it and put it on your page. And there's like, I'm not gonna lie, I go to these things they call hammock hangs, or they have a large one in HangCon. It's every year in Florida. They do gear raffles at the end, and all of the gear is donated by the vendors. So I'm saying that this right here, you put a list on your page and get it posted out there. There's groups. I'm not going to say that I don't. I know quite a few gear. I know quite a few.
Put it out there, man.
Cottage gear vendors, man. And I'm just going to say that. The gear. I'm going to tell you right now that I don't know if it's through hiker friendly, but I'm a hammock camper at heart, and I'm just going to say, I'm going to say if you want to have the best sleep of your life on trail, I'm going to say it's a hammock.
Well, that's another thing, like that 5 day, you know what I'm saying? Like that 5
And that's what I'm saying. And I'm going to tell you, my hammock setup only weighs, with the tarp and my top quilt and underquilt, 40-degree rated, 4.5 pounds.
Oh, that's like your whole setup.
That's tarp. That's my top quilt, underquilt.
I think that Nemo. Don't get me on that gear, man. I went to public school, dude. I can't get into all the ounces and
I
grams.
just can't sleep. What it was, man, you know how it is. Years in the Army, and then I played football for 11 years. Always a bigger guy, constantly losing, gaining weight, and my knees just can't handle the getting up and off the ground. So
Right on.
once I discovered hammock camping, it was on.
Dude, there's so many nights. All I had was that little foam pad, like the little cheap fold up. Everybody's got it. Stuff's down well like an accordion. I cut it down short. I cut it where it stopped at the back of my knees, like to cut weight. Like, did I cut my toothbrush? Dude, I got down. Like I said, I got my weight down, dude. I got rid of that Osprey, mailed that thing home, got that Hyperlight, got rid of those Crocs, dude. Got some shitty flip flops, one pair of shorts, one pair of socks. No, 2 pair of socks. I had 2 pair of socks. Dude, I didn't have nothing, man. My shirt stunk, dude. We didn't take many showers. Climbing in, like my sleeping bag stunk. I didn't have a liner, dude. It was gear is so important, man. So that's the thing, like whatever makes you comfortable, and that's the thing, like with Aaron, the thing that we were able to do with my buddy Lee, he's like, hey, like, I didn't just pick this stuff for Aaron and say, hey, this is what you gotta have. I mean, the guy's 6'7", we had to sort some stuff out. We sent some things back. We got him and, ordered him a new tent on trail, swapped some gear out there to make it comfortable. And so we're learning as we go. I'm super, man, I still, like we said earlier, I still struggle with some shit, man. I'll detach, dude. I'll disassociate still. I'll still have these hints of depression, but I know what it is now. So I'm able to work out of it, but I still go through those, those ups and downs. And I've gotten to where, like I said, like, talking about it is so important, man. And I posted something on the Pack to Purpose page the other day, like, hey, I'm sorry I haven't posted anything for a while. I know everybody's wanting updates. Life goes on. Life's wild. So I'm doing all this. I got support at Fifth Squad, but I'm the one behind the page on Facebook. I want to try to cross-platform. I'm trying to figure all those things out to get it out there so much more, because like we're talking about our voice for veterans, we got to get it out there. So if you know of any ways, dude, or anybody out there in this wild interwebs out here wants to help with some content stuff, or some like helping raise some funds, because I'm not good at asking for help either, man. I got some really, really good folks that are behind me that are doing a lot of support, man. There's been a lot that we've gained, but I struggle with asking for help, but I need some money.
We said, got my buddy Rich here, my producer, as we say. He's always late. He's not the best producer, but he'll take you on a trail that's not a trail.
Oh, there you go. We'll take it. What did he say?
But he said we might be able to collab with Project Healing Waters. It's centered around fly fishing, but you might be able to get some overnights together to hike into some places and do some fishing.
Dude, I'm here for that, man. I'm here for that. If we can, I don't know how all this works. I feel like you could probably keep up with all these comments and
oh yeah,
because I'm not gonna remember that, but I appreciate Rich giving us that info there. No, I would love to have a page of resources that says, hey, you can do you want to go hike? Do you want to go fish? Do you need like one of those cheesy commercials with
what do you need to get outdoors? What do you need to get outdoors?
Yeah, do you need to get outdoors, and we can have in the arms of an angel. You can sponsor this lonely, sad veteran for $1 a day. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how do we grab some folks, man? Like,
oh man, it's gonna come, man. Don't worry about that. Well, I'm already a big supporter, as you already know. So I'll reach out on your behalf to see what we can get started, man. Because what you're doing is something special. And like I say, I tell people all the time, like, if you want to go on a trip, don't worry about the gear. I've got the gear.
That's right.
I've got anything you need. I've got like 5 hammock setups.
Oh man.
And like 4 packs. I mean, I'm a gear junkie, and I've kept some of it I've sold. That's what I like. And I mean, I know one company that would probably, for the weekend stuff, and his stuff, it's not the lightest stuff, but it's light. And it's
Yeah.
good enough to get you out. It's good gear that'll get you outside, and you're going to be comfortable, and you're going to enjoy your time out there.
Well, let's look into that, man. Let's follow up after this and see what we can. Any resources, man? You got resources? Let's all share them and make this a thing that's bigger than me. That's bigger than Packs of Purpose. You know, it's about helping other veterans that don't know how to help themselves, dude. Because that's a real thing.
Oh, I know, man. And like I said, I wish this would have been something that, 10 years ago, they didn't have something like this. And I didn't know but also 10 years ago, I didn't know that, that I'd be this much into, hiking and the outdoors, kayaking, all just and simple adventuring.
Yeah, I had no idea that I was going to be living like a homeless person on the Florida Trail, getting eaten alive by mosquitoes and
loving life.
Oh, and loving it, man. Loving every minute of it.
That type 2 fun, as we like to say.
Dude, I can tell you one thing. That's what Aaron and I talk about a lot is that, realizing, we make sure that we're focusing on, what our main goal is here on the trail. And that's sorting this shit out. That's what he's doing. Letting people realize, like, it's not vacation, dude. Like, it's an amazing thing to experience something like that. But it's by far, to a hiker now, to a thru hiker, hey, we love it more than a lot of other things out there. But it's not a stroll in the park. It'll eat you alive. But so will life, dude. If you don't learn to manage, those, your anxieties and depressions and PTSD, and if you don't know how to talk to people, communicate. We don't understand it. Our families don't understand it because we don't let them know our shit. They can't. If we don't understand ourselves, how do we expect other people to? If we can't talk about it, you can't have shame. Don't have guilt, dude. That shit'll eat you alive. It'll eat you up.
Sure will.
Go out and do some wild shit out in Mother Nature. You you get it all out. But that's what Pack the Purpose is, man. Just trying to help bring a veteran all the way home.
Okay, man. So, going to get into the adventuring and gear side of things for just a little bit here, maybe, the next 5-10 minutes. Then we'll get into the would you rather questions. But is the Florida Trail? I mean, you said you've done quite a different hikes, haven't you? Is that just your only through hike? Correct.
That's my only through hike. Yeah, man. That was a wild.
I want to know which one's been your favorite and why. And I'm sure it's going to be which adventure has been your favorite?
Man, the Florida Trail by far.
There we go.
Because that's the most time I've spent out in the wild. I've been a lot of.
So that's where you found yourself.
That's where I found myself, but I found my love and appreciation of the trail was in Florida, man. That's the most biodiverse place I've ever been. There's bugs, birds, hogs, mosquitoes, alligators, raccoons, possums, panthers. Did I say mosquitoes? Don't forget about those mosquitoes, dude. It was, dude, I got a tattoo on my thigh of a mosquito, a huge mosquito with an orange blaze on its butt that I share with Long Shot and Roundabout. Dude, it was brutal, man. I got shin splints so bad. There's 300 miles of road walking. They got to do something about that. Hey, Florida Trail, I know y'all are working on that. The FTA, those road miles, man, let's get those going. Those suck. What is that?
We got a thumbs up there.
Yeah.
I think that's a Facebook. I think it's a Facebook thumbs up. We got some. It's the first. I think I could welcome. I can thank you for this, man. I've gotten a little bit more people on Facebook this time.
Oh yeah, dude, right on. Let's go.
So you're not only I'm gonna and I'm trying to get you out there on YouTube and all that, but you're getting me out there a little bit too. I mean, like I'm saying, we're helping each other here, and that's what it's all about, man. It's all about that's all. You can't do everything in life alone, as you said, as you found out. I mean, you've got to find that help.
Yep. Yeah. So, what would you say where's your favorite? What's your favorite wandering place? Where's your favorite place to wander?
I'm going to tell you the best trip I've had is, so I'm going to say I love all my trips just because I learn something different each time. But
right on.
My favorite one has been the one with my daughter because we got to reconnect a lot more, got to know each other more, got to talk more. And It's one thing with that, I've realized that I need to do more of is, talk to her, find out, because she has her issues, that's just how it is. I mean,
Yeah.
and just trying, that's been probably my favorite one so far. And
That's awesome.
okay, man. So gear, what is your favorite piece of gear that you've got a veteran and why?
Ooh, favorite piece of gear. Favorite piece of gear. Oh man, that's a tough one. That really is a hard one. To be honest with you, it's gonna be that spoon, man, that long handle spoon. Because you can't make it without that thing, dude. You lose that thing, you can't make it without it. A good, nice, long handle titanium spoon. Because at the end of the day, man, when it's time to eat something, you don't want to dig in there with your hands. You don't trust your hands out there. Your hand through hiking, dude, your hands aren't clean. No way, Jose. You got a little, I don't give a shit what nobody says. This much hand sanitizer only goes so far. But I long handle spoon. I know that's real lame and not very exciting. I guess outside of that would be my Nemo tent. That thing, man, was so easy, so convenient. I could put it up anywhere. I stayed dry. It's super light, but it doesn't work for 6'7" for anybody that's 6'7". They're in a bind with a Nemo.
Nemo ever listens into this, they need to listen. Say, they need to make an extra long version.
Yes, for those 6'7" giants out there. Jeez.
Do they make a tent? Do they make a tent for a 6'7" guy?
Yeah, man.
You probably have to get like a 2-person lay sideways.
Well, he got the which one we just ordered? The Hyperlight. It's a 2-person. Dang it. X Dome or something. I can't remember. It's the 2-person big tent. That's what Longshot has. He fits in it. They're both out there rocking this nice gear. But he loves that tent, man. The other one he had, I don't know what it was. After that Hornet, we let him order. Yeah, I was like, dude, look, you pick it out. I'll pay for it because I don't, I said, I want you to make sure you get the right tent. And I'm not going to say which one it was. I don't remember which one it was, but dude, he said he was getting waterboarded, and I was again like not good at asking for help, but I messaged my buddy. I was like, hey man, we got to get another tent. Can you help with this? And sure enough, same thing. He was like, yeah, get whatever he needs. And so we got him that Hyperlight. But I'd say my Nemo was probably my favorite, man, because it never failed me. And that was when it was wet. I could get out of that. I didn't have to worry about it blowing down. But there was one time that the tornado hit down there when we were around Okeechobee, dude. It blew up. I didn't have my tent. That's when I was just getting started. I was still learning how to put my tent together and shit. Dude, it was a shit show, man. My first trip out there. You could have died watching me figuring out how to through hike. I could tell stories about that for days. Don't let me ramble.
Oh, you're good. Mr. Rich, he said that he takes that long candle spoon for granted now, but he said when he got one, it was a game changer.
Oh man, it keeps your hands clean because you dig down that bag, you don't get that.
Because every bag. I mean, nobody makes you'd have some that'll make them like this. No bags are the same.
Yeah.
So I mean, that long candle spoon just fixes the issue for every bag.
I kept mine on like a little carabiner, dude. And every time I was done, I kept it right here. That thing went like in with my water bottle. I wanted to keep my eye on that spoon, dude. I didn't want to be eating with my hands. They were gross, man.
If you had to, I would say my favorite piece is my hammock. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I bet, man. I'm gonna have to check that out, dude. I'm gonna have to. Do they make?
I'm gonna say if I ever make it down your way, man, I'll show it to you.
Dude, the best.
You ain't that far.
No, man, it's not that far at all.
Best time to come down there is the winter time. You ain't got no issues.
You better come down here in the winter time. Either that, or you gonna have to have that mosquito net. You got the mosquito net?
I'm that type of person. I don't get bit by mosquitoes.
Man, you ain't been in Mississippi yet. You better watch it. They'll take you all. They'll take you to Florida, dude, and feed you to their family mosquitoes down there. We got them. They don't play.
That's the skeeters that are size of your head, huh?
Oh, dude, it's like buzzers, man. So you're
man.
I'm gonna have to look into that hammock gear.
I'm gonna tell you, hammock. That's what I'm telling you. And I could probably. That's what I'm saying. A lot of the cottage vendors, they're big into helping the community out, and the veteran community, the veteran hiking community. That's something that I know it. I can guarantee that several of them will want to help out.
I got all the stuff for this trip on Garage Grown Gear, man. They were amazing. Shout out to those guys. If you need to order everything you need for an ultralight backpacking trip at the last minute, dude, they'll get it to you in like 3 to 5 days. It is amazing. Have you ever shopped with them at like that?
Yes, I've gotten actually. Well,
They're
it's already in
great.
my pack,
Garage
but I got
Grown-
that Nobo bottles. I get a lot of stuff off there. That's where you get the, like you said, it's the niche items, the
Yeah.
ultralight stuff that you need to have, to
Somebody
get
put
those
thought
miles
into
in.
it. Yeah, it has a purpose, man. It looks
Yep.
silly. It seems silly, but it has a purpose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, last question here, and then we'll get into
Okay.
would you rather. Your dream trip and why.
Oh man, dream trip and why? Man, my dream trip is to through hike the Appalachian Trail. That my dad passed away several years ago, and he lived in Pennsylvania, and went up there to visit, before he passed. And man, the trailhead's right at the top of the mountain. You can see it from their house, And I went up there and spent some time in those woods and sat up there. And I was like, man, I wanted to wander that thing. So that's the AT. I'm going to do that through hike. I don't know when, having the 4 kids and all that stuff. I got a lot of things that got to go on before I can take that break and go do that. But I want to finish that thing. I want to do it.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you that's probably my dream hike. Either that, the PCT or CDT. They're all just something, a long trail, something that you're going to be out there for a while, and it's like you said, it's just that experience. I mean,
the Colorado Trail too is a nice one. A nice one to go do.
everybody says the John Muir one's out there. The John Muir Trail, that's another
I've heard
good
a lot
one.
of good things about that. That Ozark Highlands Trail, man, is I've spent a little time, just in and out of that one. Not any long distance stuff, but that's beautiful. That's what some would say. They call that God's country up there, man. Like that's a pretty one. That Ozark Highlands. Now, I'll wander anywhere, dude, with the right people. Like I'll man. There's not
Go anywhere with the right people.
Yeah, man, and that's the thing, dude. Like the support, the right people to support you and that understand you. Like we said earlier, that's the biggest thing is being out there, people, like-minded people that understand you. That's a big thing that veterans need. It's I don't know, man. It's amazing, dude. The trail's amazing. It's an amazing thing. I'm so blessed. I don't know if I hit on enough, on Witch Doctor, his story. We can have another episode or something if we're getting, we can run this back, get into the weeds in it again, because I could talk for days, man, on better mental health.
Oh, I know, man. 1 second here. I'm bringing these questions up, getting the right ones.
Oh, you got some questions?
Yeah, some questions for you to answer.
Okay, let's go, man. Hit me with your best shot.
1 second here. I'm trying to get the right ones. Okay, first question here. Would you rather have a pebble permanently stuck in your left boot that you can never shake out, or have your shoelaces magically untie themselves every 15 minutes while on trail?
Oh, dude. Shoelaces unraveling every 15 minutes. Ugh. And you can't take your shoelaces out. You can't. Dang, man. I'm going to have to go with that pebble in my boot, man, that you can't shake out, because eventually that thing's going to press on in there. You can forget about that. But them shoes untying, dude, it's going to be getting hung up on branches and briars and stepping on shit. No, dude, I'll take that pebble. It'll smooth out.
The funny thing is, I asked my wife that one earlier, and she's like, shoes. I'm like, really? I'd be tripping and falling over myself. I mean, I'm going to end up hurt.
Yeah. I mean, my shoes fell off and I get all loose and wobbled around. You walk around, but I just walk around. I don't know. Yeah, pebble. I'll take pebble.
Yep. All day, every day. Us veterans just tend to think a little bit differently, I guess.
Yeah, man, you can push past that pain.
Okay. Would you rather hike the entire Appalachian Trail in a heavy, full suit of medieval armor,
Ooh.
or hike it barefoot on gravel?
I'm just getting barefooted, man. You can't tote all that weight, dude. We talk about that ultralight. You already know that one. No way, Jose, dude.
I'm
No,
gonna say I'm from the South, man. I've been running around on gravel my entire life with no shoes.
yeah, my feet are tough, dude. Yeah.
Funny
No.
thing is, man, funny story. My first YouTuber meetup in the gorge, we had a guy come up and we called him Barefoot Jesus. The dude had long hair, big old beard, and hiked completely barefoot and like ran through the stuff barefoot. And I'm like, good God.
That dude had what some would call his grocery store feet, man. He had those grocery store feet. You can't hurt them, man. They're tough and dirty. I'm here for it, dude. I like being barefooted, man. There's something to that. There's something to touching that earth, man, and being grounded and all those things, you know. People frowned around on hippies for a long time, but those hippies are onto something, dude. Get out there and touch a tree, man. Put your foot on something weird. Go step in something that don't smell right, you know? Like, get out there and touch the earth, dude.
Last one. Would you rather only smell like heavy, pungent BO for the rest of your trip, or have a giant blood-sucking tick latched onto you that you can only remove with your mouth?
I'm gonna stink, dude. I ain't messing with them ticks. Ain't no bugs on me, dude. I don't like bugs. I don't even like bugs a little bit. I want to eat no bugs. I don't want bugs crawling on me. It was a bloodbath in my tent, dude. I wasn't going to sleep till I killed all them bugs. I'll cover myself in 100% DEET. I don't care what it says on the bottle. Dude.
Take a bath in it.
Yeah, 100%, man. I'm gonna go with that other one for sure. I ain't messing with no bugs.
Kmart feet. There we go.
That's it. She knows. Miss Laura knows. What's up, Miss Laura? Hey, shout out to Miss Laura. Check her out too, man. If you get on Facebook, check out Miss Laura John's Mission 22.
Oh, look here, we got Mr. Aaron on here.
Oh, is Aaron on here? No way. We're still in Long Star here at Harper's Ferry. Oh,
heck
dude.
Yeah.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
What's up, fellas?
Dude, hey, man, dude, that. Golly, what's up, fellas? I'm sorry, I get fired up, man. I never imagined what it would feel like a mom telling you thank you for saving my son's life. And dude, that's him. That's him. That's the most rewarding thing. I get so fired up when I get a text message or a phone call from that dude, man, because like that's my brother, dude. Like I tell that dude I love him and I mean it, and he knows it. I love you, Rascal. I love you, Miss Sarah. I love you, Longshot. Man, to be able to understand what a family goes through and to be able to help be a part of a success story to save another human being's life, dude, that's some wild shit, man. That's some powerful stuff that gives me chills to my bones. And, dude, we got some other wild news. These guys are about to flip-flop. So I'm putting that out there before anybody else knows. The people that need to know, they're probably watching this. Aaron and Longshot are about to do a flip-flop. They're going to drive from Harper's Ferry up to Maine and come southbound to finish out. Still get all the miles, but they're getting out of this hot weather. They're going to get in some cooler weather. But man, I didn't see this chat over here, man. These are all my people, man. I didn't see that. I just cleared.
I'm loving it, man. Everything about it, I'm loving it. Like they're all on Facebook. I'm loving it, and that's why I keep popping them up here because they can't see it inside YouTube on the live chat, but they can see it when I pop it up here.
Man, we hadn't even got to get deep in the weeds of that whole story, man. We're going to do another episode or something, but man,
maybe, man. He's talking about it, man. When these guys complete, I want to get all of y'all on here. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick.
I want to get. I mean, I can get. I mean, like I said, I can have more than just you in here. I can bring in. I think they allow me bring in like 10 or 20 people, like 10 to 15 people on here.
Oh, so you can have more faces. You can have more.
Yes, that's what it's the software that I use that I stream, like what I gave you the link for. It allows me to stream to multiple platforms and have multiple people in here.
Dude, let's do that. Let's set one of those up. We don't have to wait till they finish. They're halfway. They're at halfway. Let's see how dude, I'm here for it, man. Oh, that'd be
Man,
so
like
cool.
you said, all they need's service and a link.
Yeah, I think I know.
Actually, they're in here. I can post the link on here, and they can, if they get out of Facebook and get on, they can get on right now if they want.
Dude, they could get on now. They might.
Yeah.
Dude, they're probably down.
I'll post the link in the chat here, and they should be able to see it. So give me a second here.
Aaron, y'all hear that? Dude, can y'all get on this thing? That would be the wildest. That would be the wildest thing.
Make sure it ain't going to change it on me because it likes to sometimes.
That's my mom, dude. Shout out to my mom. That goes back to those moms that we were talking about. My mom's my gangster, dude. She's my ride or die. Thank you, Mom, for being my rock.
Yeah, there we go. It posted out there, Aaron. If you can see the chat, Aaron, within Facebook. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how Facebook Live works really with the chat and all that. I stream to both because I like to get people from both. Like you said, it helps spread my platform as well. So if you're on Facebook, find me on YouTube, Woodall Trails. I do a lot of outdoor content, hiking and stuff. So if y'all are into that kind of stuff, I talk a lot about what it does for me. I mean, we could talk all night, man, about this stuff. I'm not even gonna lie. Like what it's done, what the outdoors. I mean, it brought me back to the person that I was before the military.
Oh man, isn't that a weird thing? Isn't that a weird thing? How like you get to be yourself again?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Aaron's mom, and I noticed it too. But Aaron's mom said it to me. She said, "Josh, you know it's changed for her to be able to see his smile on such a consistent basis. Every time she sees her son now, she sees that smile that we all see. It's so he's such a handsome rascal. You know what I mean? Like he's got this big old beautiful long hair. It's like Jason Momoa out there just looking on the trail. But his mom sees that smile, man. She remembers what it's like to see her son be himself again. And that's what's important, dude. When you hear that, that's when you know, hey, our work, we're doing what we're supposed to. This is working, man. Like a bunch of wild, crazy veterans can take care of each other. We've done it before. We're just figuring out how to do it again in a different element, a different way, like, because it's new. Like, dude, they were doing lobotomies in the 70s, bro. You know what I'm saying? They were doing lobotomies in the 70s. We're just now figuring out, what mental health for veterans, just mental health, period. We say veterans because that's what I understand. Mental health is important for all of us, for our moms, our support groups, the lady at the gas station, the lady at grocery store. Like everybody, like it's all of us, man. We all need some help. We just got to talk about it. Communications, that's key.
I said they can't get in, but they're still here. Well, we'll try it again, guys.
We can try them. We can try maybe set up another day, man. Like when they get up to Maine.
Of course, man. Yeah.
They're doing a little road trip. They got 14-hour drive flip-flop they're doing. So we're changing up the game. You know what I mean? We're adapting and overcoming. There's no wrinkles in this quilt. We're going to keep it moving. Dude, I'm so thankful to be able to do my first podcast.
Oh, man, I want to thank you for reaching out. I mean, I posted it out there and I'm slowly growing. I mean, I'm starting to reach out more, get more people that want to do it, want to, spread their, like you said, I'm going to spread the love. Like, this isn't, I'm about the community. Like, it's about the Tramley.
Yeah, man.
We ain't never hiked together. I mean, you reached out to me on Facebook. I mean, and we sit there and talk before the show. And I mean, I feel like we're brothers now. Like, I mean, like I said, it's just that relationship that other people have a hard time understanding sometimes. I mean, once a veteran, always a veteran. We understand each other. My boss is a veteran. I mean, that's what I love is we're both veterans. We're in the military at the same time. We're both around the same age, have a family. And he's understood a lot of the stuff of the reason why I go out and what I do. And he's actually probably one of my biggest supporters. And when I had that one time when I had to go away, I mean, he was one of the first ones that my wife contacted, and his first words were, "What do you need?"
Yeah, that's right, man. That's the same. That's my buddy Lee Crum, man. He said this. That's all he said. He said, "What do you need, man? What do you need?"
What do you need?
I didn't know, dude. I didn't know. But what we all need is support, man. That's what he was. That's what my mom was. That's what Miss Sarah was. That's what all these moms were. That's what you are. That's what I am now. I'm somebody else's support, and I'm still learning how to do it, man. Aaron myself, Aaron, and Longshot, dude, like this is our program. You know what I mean? Longshot started with this with me on the Florida Trail. Now we've helped our first veteran through a crisis moment get through mental health treatment, and now he's on the trail doing wild shit on the AT with Longshot. Like, dude, we're figuring this out together. We're trying to plan it. We're trying to figure out how to do better for the next veteran, how we can help another veteran and make this, make it just that much better for them. But we're learning, so we'll take any advice we can get. Content creating. I want to get with you on that on some stuff. But yeah, it's just finding that support group, man. And a lot of it's out there on the trail, dude. That's
hell yeah, man. I love it. Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm here for you. Whatever you need, I'm gonna help you. Just getting on here, just getting you on here, man. And then I want to, like I said, I've got my fingers in a lot of pots when it comes to like gear and stuff, because I've gotten to meet a lot of gear owners of the gear companies, and they're big into helping the community, and the veteran community is, it's a large one out there, and it needs help.
Yeah,
we need help, man, and that's one way. Like you said, got to have that pack, and it's got to have a purpose, and every item in that pack has its purpose.
Yeah, just like life, man. Every tool has a purpose, man. You just gotta learn to use it. How to manage this shit. It's a wild world, man. I really appreciate you, though, man.
Oh man, I appreciate you for getting on here, and like you said, I'm gonna get you. We'll get back on here. You ain't got to worry about that, man. You got stories for days. We can talk for hours, and I just love. I love to listen to it. The entire time, man. You see me sitting here shaking my head, and if I could have pulled up my glasses, you could have seen. I held them back, but I was very close to crying a little bit there, man, because everything you've talked about. I've had a lot of ups, like you said, highs and lows in my life, and a lot of them came after the military, and never taught how to deal with it. So
yeah, you don't learn how to deal with that stuff. You just stuff it down. Like we said, keep it moving, man. That's a big thing. Keep it moving.
Yep.
But another thing too, man, is I wouldn't be able to do this without Fist Squad. And that's the veteran nonprofit organization that I started my program through. You can find us on fistsquad.org. We're a community of veterans in the state of Mississippi supporting veterans in the state of Mississippi. We're growing, but our biggest deal in the state of Mississippi is financial support, financial hardship support. Veterans, they go on fistsquad.org, ask for assistance. The only thing we require is a DD-214 and an honorable discharge. And whatever your bill is, we don't pay any money directly to the veteran. We pay it directly to that bill, whether it be light bill, water bill, groceries, transmission. But the thing is, we do it fast. Our fastest response time is 3 minutes. We've got one employee. She gets the email, boom, boom, bingo, bango, bongo, pays that light bill, pays the water bill, 6, 7, 8 minutes, it's back on. So that's the big thing that Fist Squad does for veterans in the state of Mississippi. Like I said, we're trying to grow and expand to help more. Back to Purpose is a program that I started that we offer. We also have a Back to the Barracks. They're actually getting together tonight up at Bernie's. Shout out to the boys at Bernie's. That's where we get together. We got a little headquarters. We hang out, cornhole, water slides. We cook out. There's food every night. We'll play poker. While they're watching the World Cup tonight, I might actually try to make it to catch that World Cup. But we do a lot in our community, and it's growing. Our support work group's growing. There's people that are coming in realizing, like me, I didn't find these guys until after I got home. So check out Fist Squad. That's also where you can go and donate to Pack to Purpose. Just put in the donation, Pack to Purpose. Then those funds help, keep a veteran on the trail, resupplies, zeros. We didn't get into all that. I'd love to talk more about, that goes into that some more. But that's the power behind this, man. It's Fist Squad and Pack to Purpose and all these other beautiful people over here in this chat, man. Miss Mandy, she has been a huge support.
Fist Squad is all one. I'm pretty sure it's all one, wasn't it? .org.
Number 5 TH FifthSquad.org. Yes.
We'll post it out there in the chat.
Shout out to Miss Mandy over there in the chat, man. She's been a huge supporter, helping along the way, just nonstop, man. That's another thing that I've got to learn to do is give praise to these amazing people that are also behind this, because I couldn't do it without y'all's support, man. And thank y'all for making this easy. Thank you for helping me help others. So y'all are all beautiful humans in this wild, crazy world. And I'm just going to keep on keeping on, as my homie Joe Dirt said, man.
Hell yeah, man. Well, man, we'll stay on here for offline, but I'm gonna
Okay.
get off here. We're gonna get off here. I want to thank everybody out there that is, a supporter of the channel. Go out here, support this guy. Look him up. Pack to Purpose Facebook. Look up Fifth Squad Facebook. See all the stuff that they're doing. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know really what it was until you reached out, and I talked. Like you said, there's tons of them out there that are helping veterans hike the AT and all that. And the fact that you reached out and that I've got you on here, I mean, I loved it. I mean, it's one of the things. That's one thing that it's right here.
Yeah,
It's hard right there, man.
I'm literally.
So
I'm grateful. Thank you.
And everybody out there, I want to thank you all for joining us. Of course, you've got a big group out there, and I enjoyed seeing their chats and everything they're saying out there. Man, just shows how the hard work that you're doing and everything that you're doing. Some of these moms out there who they thought they might not see their son tomorrow. They knew what was happening, and I mean, you've provided that. That thing of, oh, they know that they're going to be here. They have that support. They know what they're doing.
We're here to help, man. I'm here to help. So.
Okay, guys, adventurers, I want to thank you all once again, and we're going to do it a little bit differently tonight. If you need help, get out there, get the help, guys. There's plenty of resources out there to get the help that you need. If you're not a veteran, there's still resources. And you know what? If you need help with, like I say, I'm an IT guy. The biggest thing, that's how I know how to do my job is Google. Google it.
Yeah.
You can Google pretty much anything, and you know what? If you need the help, all of us here. If you don't have to be a veteran, you could reach out, and I'm sure that we could find something to help you.
Yeah, you're all beautiful humans, man. You're worth our time, man. Shout out if you need something. If I can't help you, I'll find somebody that can. So, thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Take it easy, and I'll catch y'all later.